I didn't get drunk until I was 19 years old. And I'm not even exaggerating. And the reason I said 19 is because I might have had a sip when I was maybe 17 or 18, but I knew that alcohol was never good. I knew that alcohol was never gonna make my body better. It was never gonna make me a better wrestler. It was never gonna make me a better boxer. It was never gonna make me a better weightlifter, okay? So I didn't drink for a very long time because I just felt great. There was no need to. Now I did smoke weed because weed to me was like, yo, when you smoked, you felt happy. When you smoked, you just got the munchies. When I was weighing 125 pounds in high school, 130, I could eat whatever and be fine. So I never touched alcohol because I saw no need to. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. I had a very good attitude. I was in shape. I got girls. I never needed alcohol to get girls. I had fun with my friends because we would do like fitness stuff. We would go outside. We would go to the gym. So I surrounded my life with things that made me feel good. I never really went to parties. So I never surrounded myself with alcohol. There was no need to. My friends didn't drink. I was an athlete my whole like upbringing. Now, at 19, I went off to college. And my buddy of mine made us some fake IDs because we wanted to get into the clubs. And so I moved to Orlando actually. So I moved to Orlando at 19. We made some fake IDs. And I remember when I went to my first bar. I went to my first bar ever. And this is how little I knew about alcohol. I get there. What do you want? Give me some vodka soda, vodka water. That's it. Because I'm like, I need a calories low, something that's like simple. And he's like, what kind of vodka you want? I'm like, oh fuck. What do you got? He's like, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, give me some Grey Goose. That's the only vodka I knew. And he just looked at me. I'm like, and it was a fucking college bar. It was a college bar. So they didn't have no fucking, so he just gave me top shelf, whatever. So I had that, so I would drink on that and that was perfectly fine. So anytime I went out, I would just get some vodka water. And I got drunk for about 2 months. 2 months, not drunk completely, but like I would go out and drink. After that, after I was done with like that semester of college, I only went to college for 1 semester. And I said, I don't want to be part of this anymore. Like I don't want to go to college. I saw a video of Arnold and he was Mr. Olympia and I said, I want to do that. I want to become Mr. Olympia. Fuck it, I'm moving back home. So I moved back home. So from the age of, I was still 19, okay? So I was still 19. At that time, I went home the summer of 2014. 14, yes. Went back home, and from then, so like 6 months after my 19th birthday, I decided to become Mr. Olympia. That was my goal, bodybuilding. So from 19 to about 20, I would say, I moved to Gainesville when I was 25. So about till I was 24, I didn't drink. There was no need to. It was bodybuilding work. And so, once I got to Gainesville, I started drinking. I really didn't have much direction. I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Bodybuilding wasn't really working out. Personal training really wasn't working out. So I started drinking and things like that. But my advice going into this, here's my tips if you want to stop drinking, okay? If you want to stop drinking, number one, you got to realize you can't keep hanging out with the people who are drinking. That's number one. Stop hanging around the people who are drinking. If you hang out with 4 people that are drinking, you're going to be the 5th one. If you hang out with 4 people that are really fit, you're going to be the 5th one. You are who you hang around with. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Your friends who are drinking, if you do not want to keep the habits that they have, you can't keep hanging out with them. You can't. And is it kind of sad? Sometimes, yeah, of course, because you love them. You have a great time with them, you love them, but that's the thing. When you wake up and you're not with your friends and you feel hungover and you feel like shit, you feel depressed, they're not there. They're not the ones dealing with what you have to deal with. They're not the ones dealing with the disappointment, with the regret. I know it because you get drunk, you send some text messages, or you drive drunk. I've done both of them and it's not good, okay? So you get to a point where you're just like, all right, I really want to change, but your number one thing is you can't keep hanging out with your friends. You can't keep going to the bar. I don't care if you said, I'll go to the bar, but I'm not going to drink. That is like, you're just putting yourself in a situation to drink. Why put yourself in a situation to drink when you want to stop doing something? You don't. Okay? So, number one, stop hanging out with your friends. Even if it's just temporary. Like, you have to decide how long you want to do this for. but you have to let go of your friends for a bit. Listen, love me or hate me, that's what I did. Okay, and they're gonna be upset with you. They're gonna be upset with you. They're gonna be like, yo, why you stop hanging out with us? Like, bro, you don't care about us. Just do one drink. Just do one this. No, fuck off. No, it's all or nothing. That's it. If you want change, if you want everlasting change, and if you want to better your life. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I wrote my notes down. Hold on. Number two, obviously we're gonna go right into working out. You start working out. You can't just cut something off and now replace it with something else, okay? And I'm not saying go right into weed, no. Because ultimately what you're doing is you're trying to replace feeling a certain way, passing time with something else. So if I'm not gonna drink, I'm gonna smoke. But smoking is not as bad as drinking. It's not about what's good, what's better or worse. It's about the reason of why do you want to start drinking, which stop drinking. So it's actually a good question. It's like, then really ask yourself, why do I want to stop drinking? I'm not happy with where I am with my finances. I'm not happy with where I am with my body. It's not good for my relationship. I want to do something different. I've been going to the same fucking bars for the past 2 years and nothing fucking changes, okay? That's how I felt at one point. I'm like, here we go, same bar with the same people. Maybe find a girl, something like the only difference is every time you get drunk, it's a little bit different because you just experience it, okay? So you gotta start adding working out into it, because when you get rid of something, you bring something else into your life. And that something else can be fitness. It can be starting to work out. So getting yourself involved with people who like to work out. A lot of people who work out don't really drink much, because once you feel, it's called the law of exposure. Once you feel what it's like to actually work out and feel good about yourself, you think to yourself, damn, when I drink, I feel like shit. When I work out and I eat right, I feel great. So it's like, you'll realize it's not worth it. And I've trained clients who stopped drinking. I stopped drinking. I haven't had a drink since November. And so like, to me, stopping drinking is not that hard because I have a lot of discipline. Didn't do it for a very long time. So start incorporating working out. And if you need to, you can join my community. The link is below. It's a 30-day mindset and it's a challenge, mindset workout challenge, and you can join my community because you're gonna want some people, not need. You don't need anything. You're gonna want some people in your life that are gonna help you move forward with your new goals, new habits. Fuck your goals, new habits. With your new habit is I'm not drinking. My new habit is I'm working out. I'm eating better. I'm drinking water. I'm staying focused on a better life for myself. Number 3. Focus on the positives, not the negatives. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you stop doing this and your friends are gonna be out on a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday brunch, if you watch their stories on Instagram, on anywhere else, your Snapchat, you're gonna feel like you're missing out. You're gonna have a bit of FOMO. You have to understand, you have to go back to the reason of why you started doing this. Because if you just look at their stories and you feel like, oh, they're having so much fun, just think back. I'm like, well, I did have fun, but then I really got upset and then I got really drunk and it led me to like not being happy with myself. It's the same thing. And so having a vision of where you want to go, why you're even doing this is really beneficial. Okay, for example, myself, like I'm not drinking right now. Does that mean I'm never gonna drink? No. But if I'm ever gonna drink, I want it to be in Europe. I want it to be at a really super special occasion with some high level people, or something of worth more than value than just going to my local bar and just drinking with my friends. It's just not worth it to me. And so have that vision of like, hey, like I'm just taking a step temporarily back to work on my fitness, to work on my mindset, to work on my relationship, whatever. Later on in life, if you take a trip to China or you take a trip to, I don't care where you take a trip, but you go somewhere where it's like, you know, let me have like 1 or 2 drinks, have a good time, like celebrate something like that, but not just every single fucking weekend, man. Okay, so don't look at them, listen to positive things. I have a podcast, you can watch my YouTube videos, you can follow me on Instagram, what else, TikTok, I do TikTok. Start listening to somebody that's motivating you and pushing you to be better. And that's what I'm here to do. Know that I have your back. If you're trying to stop drinking, if you're trying to start a better life, listen to people who encourage that. Because that's what your mind is going to go to. That's where your focus is going to go to. Where our focus goes, our energy flows. All right, I got that from Tony Robbins. So that's another way of doing it. Listen to positive people. Do not just look at what you're missing out on, okay? And number 4, it's discipline. It's not that you have a drinking problem, you have a discipline problem. And so this discipline problem comes from a lack of discipline in other areas of your life. Wake up time, your diet, your bedtime, So what I would do is you need to practice your discipline. How do we practice our discipline? We can start off with what time you go to bed, and what time you wake up. So if you tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, like that's my new routine. Every day strive to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Or whatever time you wake up normally now, wake up an hour earlier. Well, what do I do with that time? Make some coffee, read a book, take some notes down, envision your life. Envision your life. Envision the life that you want with your partner, financially, physically, mentally, all of it, okay? Drinking some coffee. What else? So that is my biggest advice. Okay, those 4 tips. Let's review them again. Okay, number 1, stop hanging out with those people. Stop hanging out with those people who are not gonna have, who are drinking. For now, but yo, I just need a break. Like I went and hung out with my friends the other day, and one of them drinks, but I hung out with him. I haven't hung out with him all year, so it's March already. But I hung out with him. I had a meal with him. Boom, done, simple. But hey, I didn't drink. I had that discipline. Came home, went to bed. Number 2, working out. Start working on your fitness. Decide that, hey, I'm doing this. I'm gonna get my body in shape. I'm gonna join a community, join my community. We can get you going, get you working out, get you tracking some macros, get you on this discipline side. You know, doing it with people that are going where you wanna go makes it a lot easier than you trying to be a lone wolf. Don't try to be a lone wolf when you have bad habits already, because when Saturday night comes, Friday night comes and you have nothing else to do and you don't have a community, you don't have people, your friends are calling you, it's gonna be very hard to say no. Trust me, I've been there. It's so hard to say no to your friends because you love them and you're like, fuck it, YOLO, let's just one more night, just 1 drink, 2 drinks. I've been there. It's a fucking trap. Don't do it. Number 3, what's number 3? Focus on the positives. Focus on the positive. I'm getting in better shape. I'm creating the man or woman that I want to become. I'm creating the man or woman I want to become, and right now they need discipline. And listen to positive things. Podcast, YouTube, me, whatever. Just stay focused on the positive, not on what you think you're missing out, because really you're not missing out on anything, my friend. Number 4, discipline. Build that discipline. Pick a wake up time. Start waking up a little bit earlier. That's how you build discipline. And discipline is doing something you know you should do, not only when you feel like doing it. Okay? I love every single one of you guys. If you like this, subscribe. Anything else in the link below. Have a fucking great day.